China has demanded that the United States immediately cancel a proposed arms sale to Taiwan. The deal includes 108 M1A2T Abrams tanks, 250 Stinger portable anti-aircraft missiles, apart from several other pieces of equipment like machine guns, and is estimated to cost around $2.2 billion. The deal, if executed, will be the first major deal between the U.S. and Taiwan in decades, and is expected to aggravate the deteriorating ties between the U.S. and China. Viewers may note that the U.S. and China are already at loggerheads on multiple issues, which include the South China Sea and trade war. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Geng Shuang stated that Beijing had lodged formal complaints through diplomatic channels expressing strong dissatisfaction and resolute opposition to the proposed sale. Shuang called the proposed deal a crude interference in Chinese internal affairs that harmed China's sovereignty and security interests. He added, China urges the U.S. to immediately cancel the planned arms sale and stop military relations with Taipei to avoid damaging Sino-US relations and harming peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. Nobody should underestimate the Chinese government's and people's firm determination to defend the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity and oppose foreign interference. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why China is opposed to M1A2T Abrams tanks and Stinger's sales to Taiwan. Let's get into the details. This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive military vehicle online game for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, in which you can go to battle on more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s. The game has an amazing attention to detail and focuses on a realistic combat experience, which is why knowing your vehicles and skill really makes a difference. It's easy to get into, and all you need to play is nothing more but your mouse and keyboard or controller. Immerse yourself in cross-platform combat with more than 20 million other military vehicle enthusiasts from all over the world. Download and play War Thunder for free using the link in the description below, and also get a free bonus tank or aircraft and 3 days of premium account. Taiwan has been ruled separately from China since the end of a civil war in 1949. But China considers it a part of its territory and has threatened to bring it to its fold even if that needs military intervention. In 1979, the United States normalized diplomatic relations with the Beijing government under the Communist Party of China. Since then, the relation between Taiwan, United States became unofficial and informal, and is governed by the Taiwan Relations Act. The Taiwan Relations Act is designed to maintain ambiguity and does not state if the USA will or will not intervene militarily if the PRC attacks or invades Taiwan. Under the act, the US is obligated to sell arms of a defensive character to Taiwan. Beijing has stepped up diplomatic and military pressures on Taipei since the election in 2016. In the election, Tsai Ing-wen became president, whose Democratic Progressive Party refuses to acknowledge that Taiwan is part of one China. Taiwan's economy and the defense budget is a fraction of China's. In purely military terms, it's hugely outnumbered in both men and material. Taiwan's foreign ministry said in a statement, Taiwan stands in the front line of China's ambitious expansion and faces enormous threats and pressure from Beijing. This arms sale of M1A2 tanks and various missiles will help greatly to increase our defensive capabilities. U.S. Defense Security Cooperation Agency, DSCA, stated, the proposed sale will contribute to the modernization of the recipient's main battle tank fleet, improves its air defense system, and support the foreign policy and national security of the United States by helping to improve the security and defensive capability of Taiwan. The agency added it would not alter the basic military balance in the region, and Congress has been informed. Abrams was first introduced in 1980 to replace the M60 main battle tank, which was introduced in 1960. It was significantly more potent than the M60 and featured many top-of-the-line components, like a fire control system that allowed up to 90% accuracy at ranges of 2,000 meters. The tank was technologically well ahead of most other tanks of its era. U.S. military has kept on upgrading the tank to maintain its edge. Taiwan will receive the M1A2T, which is a special configuration of the M1A2C. M1A2C is the latest variant of Abrams and contains many improvements over its predecessor and is better equipped for current battlefield scenarios. This includes an ammunition data link for improved targeting, the addition of enhanced infrared sights for superior night fighting capability, and an auxiliary power unit (APU) that will allow the tank to keep running communications and sensors and maintain battlefield awareness without having to use its powerful 1,500 horsepower gas turbine engine. M1A2C will see better protection as it will add passive armor as well as a new explosive reactive armor (ERA) package, known as the Abrams Reactive Armor Tile (ARAT). Another important upgrade is the addition of the Trophy Active Protection System (APS). It's an active or hard kill protection system which consists of sensors that are capable of detecting and tracking incoming anti-tank projectiles and has the capability to neutralize them with an interceptor projectile. A better gun will also be present. The main difference between the M1A2T and M1A2C is that it will have tungsten carbide armor instead of depleted uranium armor. M1A2s will likely be added to 2 armored battalions in northern Taiwan and are expected to replace some of the aging M60A3 Patton and CM11 Brave Tiger tanks currently in service. FIM-92 Stinger is a man-portable air defense system, MANPADS, that operates as an integrated homing surface-to-air missile, SAM. Stinger entered service in 1981 and is manufactured by Raytheon Missile Systems. FIM-92 Stinger is a passive surface-to-air missile system consisting of a launcher and missiles. Stinger is light to carry and easy to operate. It can be used by a single person or a 2-member team consisting of a team chief and gunner. The missile is 5 feet (1.52 meters) long and 2.8 inches or 70 millimeters in diameter, with 3.9-inch 100 millimeter fins. The missile itself weighs 22 pounds (10.1 kilograms), while the missile with its launch tube and integral sight, fitted with a grip stock and IFF antenna, weighs approximately 34 pounds (15.2 kilograms). The Stinger is launched by a small ejection motor that pushes it a safe distance from the operator. Then the main 2-stage solid fuel sustainer propels it forward and accelerates it to a speed of Mach 2.5. It has a maximum range of 8 kilometers or 5 miles. The missile has infrared homing and UV detector for guidance and 3 kilogram or 6.6 pound high explosive annular blast fragmentation warhead. The U.S. shrugged off China's complaints and have stated that the equipment would contribute to peace and stability in Asia. U.S. legislators have 30 days to object to the sale, but it's unlikely that the deal will see any hurdle. Taiwan has been requesting many types of equipment as it needs to replace its cache of obsolete assets. The Chinese military buildup and diplomatic coercion have increased Taiwan's urgency further. The U.S. has been wary of large defense deals with Taiwan in recent times and has been taking a cautious approach instead. But this deal, under the Trump administration, is going to change this, and in the larger context, indicates American willingness to keep helping Taiwan. Both the equipment is mobile and will add a lot of tactical flexibility to Taiwanese forces. These will go a long way when it comes to the ability of Taiwan to counter a Chinese thrust in the event of an invasion. Taiwan's Republic of China (ROC) Army has been requesting the Abrams for some time now. The U.S. Taiwan Business Council (USTBC) stated in a press release that despite initial concerns over the efficiency of the M1A2 Abrams platform on Taiwan's coastal wetlands and in its mountains, the U.S. has provided the Taiwan military with the equipment it's requested, trusting to Taiwan war planners and military strategists to make their own determination of Taiwan's needs. In the larger context, it's clear that China is worried about the deal and knows very well that this could pose a problem when it comes to scoring a quick victory.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.